Farragut, Tennessee is continually rated as one of the best places to live in the entire state. In fact, niche.com rates Farragut as literally the #1 suburb in the entire state of Tennessee. So we're going to take a look at Farragut and see if it really lives up to that rating. But right off the bat, the location of Farragut, it is in East Tennessee, which means it is surrounded by lakes and mountains. So Farragut sits right next to Fort Loudon Lake, and then you have the Smoky Mountains in the background, just a short drive away. So it's an absolutely beautiful setting. One of the main reasons so many people move to East Tennessee is actually to be close to these lakes and these mountains. So Farragut's no different. You get that incredible setting. And then the location relative to Knoxville as well. So Knoxville is the major city that's close to Farragut. Farragut's essentially a suburb of Knoxville, and Knoxville is just about 20 minutes away. So it's super convenient to Knoxville. It's in the beautiful setting of East Tennessee with the lakes and the mountains. And then it also has one of the biggest shopping areas in all of East Tennessee as well. And by the way, if you want to see a list of everything that is currently available for sale in Farragut, you can scan this QR code. It'll take you to a home search of everything that's currently available, or click the link in the description below. We'll take you to that home search, and you can keep up to date on everything that comes on the market and everything that is currently on the market right now in Farragut. The lakes and the mountains are literally one of the #1 reasons why people move to East Tennessee, and Farragut sits right along Fort Loudon Lake. This lake is part of the Tennessee River, runs all through Knoxville, but you have access to it here in Farragut. This is one of the parks that's actually right outside of Farragut, but it's literally right next to Farragut, and this is one of the parks on the lake. So you have access to this nice white sand beach area in the park, and then you have a marina just down the street from here. But these lakes and these mountains are going to be accessible wherever you live in East Tennessee. And like I said, one of the #1 reasons why people are moving here. The Smoky Mountains is actually one of the #1 tourist destinations for the entire country. So if you go to the wrong part, you're going to be hit with a ton of traffic and a ton of tourists. But knowing the right part to go to, you can kind of avoid a lot of that and get up there. So just about 45 minutes away from here, you can get up for some incredible hikes in the mountains. And just the overall outdoor scenery and the natural beauty of East Tennessee is really one of the top things about Farragut. One of the coolest new developments going on in Farragut right now is this new town center being built out here behind me. And they've got a ton of development going on with new neighborhoods and other commercial developments. But this town center is something that Farragut's been missing for a long time. A lot of the small towns and suburbs around Tennessee and around the country really have some sort of town center where people can go to enjoy shopping and restaurants, and Farragut really hasn't had that. They have the huge shopping area of Turkey Creek, but as far as a town center, they have not had anything. So somehow they have still been rated as one of the top places to live, even without anything like that, and they're finally getting that. It's not a huge area, but there are several buildings that are going to have multiple restaurants, multiple shops, and they already have some local restaurants that have agreed to come in here. And this place is going to be done literally here in the next few months. This is summer of 2024 right now. And so that's really exciting that you're going to have access to that town center in Farragut. Now, as far as the location of Farragut relative to Knoxville and some other things, we already mentioned the location relative to the lakes and the Smoky Mountains, which is one of the things that people love about East Tennessee. But downtown Knoxville is just going to be about 20 minutes away. So obviously not a big downtown here, but Knoxville has a really cool downtown as well, and that's just 20 minutes away. So being convenient to a really cool downtown, a lot of really good restaurants, a lot of great coffee shops and breweries, and a lot of stuff to do. So being 20 minutes to Knoxville is really nice. And then the closest airport is going to be the Knoxville Airport, about 20 minutes away as well. One of the downsides to Farragut is the closest international airport is actually all the way in Nashville, about 2.5 hours away. So when you're flying, if you fly out of Knoxville and you're flying international, or even flying to a lot of places around the country, you're going to actually connect through Atlanta. Now the Atlanta airport's about 3.5 hours away. So the Knoxville airport does have a lot of connecting flights, but those international airports are going to be a bit of a drive. But that's the general location of Farragut, 20 minutes from downtown Knoxville, about 2.5 hours from Nashville, and just sitting right here in a beautiful setting between all the lakes and mountains. The shopping in Farragut is one of the things that really sets it apart. So the biggest shopping area actually in all of East Tennessee is located right here in Farragut. It's called Turkey Creek, and it's literally a stretch over 2 miles long. It's got over 50 dining options and over 60 retail options. Now, as far as the dining options, there's everything from like high-end, nice sit-down restaurants to, you know, Chick-fil-A and Starbucks and everything in between, but literally over 50 dining options. And so there is pretty much everything you could possibly need right here. Then there's also things like gyms and salons. There's actually a hospital here as well. So Turkey Creek, like I said, literally the largest shopping area in all of East Tennessee. So pretty much no matter where you live in Knoxville, if you want to get to a big shopping area, this is where you're going to come. And so if you live in Farragut, it's literally right there in your backyard. Now, there are several other things that Farragut offers that are not in Turkey Creek. One of those is Costco, and that's actually right outside Farragut, but literally right next to Farragut. So the one Costco within hours of here is right here in Farragut. So if you want to be super convenient to Costco. And then, you know, thinking about things like health food grocery stores, you have Earth Fare and then you have Fresh Market, which are really two really nice grocery stores. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, which everybody's familiar with those, and a lot of people really like those stores. Those are over in West Knoxville, but just a short drive away. So you have a ton of stuff right here in Farragut, and that's one of the things that we hear from a lot of our clients. Moving to the area, they want to be super convenient to all the stuff like this, and so that's why they would choose a location like Farragut. One of the things that a lot of people are curious about is what the weather is like in East Tennessee, because so many people move to the area to enjoy the outdoors, to enjoy the lakes, to enjoy the mountains. So the hottest months of the year, which is really when you want to get out on the lake and utilize that, are going to be June through August. It's going to be typically in the mid to upper 80s. Several of the days are going to be in the 90s as well. But even in April and May and September and October, you're still going to have most of the days in the 70s and 80s. So even getting out and enjoying the lake in April through October, you're going to be able to do that. And then as far as other outdoor activities throughout the winter months are only going to be typically around 50 degrees in the coldest months. So coldest month is January. The average day in January is actually 50 degrees for the high. So even if you want to get out and play golf or go to the mountains and go for a hike, most of those days it's going to be pretty nice for that. Now, the rainy months are also going to be in the winter as well. So about 40% of the days are overcast or rainy in those winter months. So although it is not too cold, you know, when it's 50 degrees and raining outside, really not going to be too nice to get out. But a lot of the days are going to be pretty nice and sunny. So all year round, you're going to be able to get out, enjoy the mountains, enjoy playing golf and other outdoor activities. Another thing that a lot of people ask us about all the time is tornadoes in East Tennessee. So tornadoes in Tennessee hit the national news all the time because there are some pretty bad tornadoes that come through Tennessee, but almost all of those are coming through Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee. East Tennessee sits between two mountain ranges. You know, the Tennessee River Valley is protected by the two mountain ranges on either side. And so a lot of the severe weather that comes through gets broken up by those mountain ranges. And because of that, there are not very many severe tornadoes in East Tennessee. So it's more protected in that manner. So we actually have a lot of people that will be concerned about moving to Middle Tennessee because of the tornadoes and actually choose East Tennessee because of the less severe weather. The parks in Farragut are another thing that the city has done really well. So there are actually 5 different parks, but this one is called McPhee Park. It's one of the biggest ones. It's got a soccer field down here. It has basketball courts, tennis courts, pickleball courts. It has a playground out here, a splash pad. So there's a ton of different stuff to do here. And this park is actually right in the middle of several of the neighborhoods that we're going to show you later. So you can literally walk to this park from these neighborhoods. One of them is literally right across the street here. One of the other things that the city's done really well is the greenways. So you have this greenway that runs through this park. It runs back through this neighborhood over here. But the thing that's really cool that Farragut's done is they require every new development, every new neighborhood development that they put in, they require the developer to connect the greenway through it. So there are over 16 miles of greenways total in the city of Farragut, and almost every one of the newer developments is going to have it connect through it, as well as every park obviously is going to have the greenway connect through it as well. So you can walk out your door, hop on the greenway, and just go for a walk or a run or a bike ride, or get over to one of the parks. So the greenways and the parks, the outdoor activities in Farragut are another one of the things that the city has done really well, and people from other areas of Knoxville will come to these parks. So having, you know, just because they're so nice, so having them, you know, right here in your backyard, one of the benefits to living in Farragut. So one of the most popular summertime activities in East Tennessee is getting out on the lake, whether it's, wake surfing, wakeboarding, or fishing. Getting out on the lake is definitely one of the most popular because there are so many lakes around. And this lake right here, Fort Loudon Lake, is the one that sits right next to Farragut. So if you live in Farragut, this is going to be one of the marinas that you have access to. So this is just a few minutes out from Farragut, and you can get out here, keep your boat here, and I'm going to take you and show you actually a few neighborhoods that sit right on the lake later in the video. But if you live in just any of the neighborhoods, you're going to have access to the lake through one of these marinas. Farragut has 2 golf courses. This one is Willow Creek. It's a public course right out here behind me, and it is right here in the middle of Farragut. It's actually right in the middle of a bunch of the neighborhoods that we're going to show you later on. I'm actually standing in Brookmere right now, which is one of the neighborhoods we're going to show you. It's right across the street from Brookmere. So that's the public course, and then there's also a country club, Foxton Country Club, if you want to be part of a country club with tennis courts, pickleball courts, a private pool, a restaurant, a fitness facility. So Foxton Country Club offers everything that you would expect with a country club. And that's also right here in the middle of Farragut as well. The homes in Foxton sit right throughout the golf course. So if you do want more of a golf course neighborhood, that's what Foxton offers. Schools are one of the major deciding factors for a lot of families when they're looking to relocate, and the Farragut schools are one of the highest rated school districts in the entire state. So if you look at school ratings on niche.com or greatschools.org, you're going to see they're really highly rated in a lot of different areas, and that makes families feel good about putting their kids in those schools. Now, the athletic programs are also really good at Farragut, so if you've got kids that are playing sports, they're going to have a really good baseball team, one of the top programs in the country, but they also have a lot of other good sports programs. So if the schools are important to you, Farragut is one of the top in the state. So if you're looking to potentially buy a home in Farragut, this last section of the video is going to be for you. We're going to look at several of the neighborhoods and show you, what you can get as far as new homes, as far as resale homes, and what everything costs in Farragut. So if you're looking for a new construction home, we're going to start there. There are 2 home builders that are building in Farragut right now. You have Goodall Homes, and then you have Saddlebrook Properties. This neighborhood right here is built by Saddlebrook Properties. This one is called Brookmere, and they're almost sold out. They actually have 2 homes available still in here. But this is really what the Saddlebrook neighborhoods look like when they're developed out. And there are 2 neighborhoods that they have that they just started development on, and we're going to take you and show you those as well. But when they're finished, this is kind of what they look like. And this is an example of that higher standard of development in Farragut compared to some of the other areas of Knoxville. They have the requirements to put in the greenways. They have the requirements to have more trees and just make it look a little bit nicer than what other areas of Knoxville require. And so that is another thing that kind of elevates Farragut a little bit that people love about it. You have the requirement to have these greenways, the trees within these new developments. And so it's not just completely clear cut, although it is kind of mostly clear cut, but you still get some of these trees added back. So this one, the homes are going to start close to $1 million, and the size of the homes in this community are going to be mostly 4-bedroom. And like I said, this one's sold out, but we're going to take you and show you one where you can get these basically the same floor plan as in this neighborhood, but they still have a lot available. But just wanted to take you and show you this one so you could kind of see what the finished product of a Saddlebrook Properties neighborhood looks like. Most of these neighborhoods are also going to have a small set of amenities, usually just a neighborhood pool and maybe a pavilion to hang out at, a playground like this one has. Usually they don't have anything much more than that, but Farragut has all these parks that you've already seen, and those are usually going to be just a few minutes away. So even though you don't have a ton in the neighborhood itself, these parks are going to be really close by. So if you're looking for a new construction home, this is one of the neighborhoods that offers that. This is built by the same builder, Saddlebrook Properties, that built Brookmere, but this is one of their newest developments. So there's still a ton of lots left in here, but these are the type homes that they're building starting in the 900,000s, and they're going to go from around 3,000 to 3,500 square feet. They've got 4 and 5 bedrooms. They've actually got some townhomes down here as well, but starting in the 900,000s and then going up from there. Now, Saddlebrook Properties is a semi-custom builder, meaning they have the option to purchase homes that they have already built. So if you are in a hurry to move, they will have homes available that are going to be ready to move in soon, but they also offer the option to purchase one of their lots that's not built on yet, choose the floor plan that you want to build, and make selections. You go to the design center, work with their team to actually design the home that's perfect for you, and then have it built. Now that's obviously a several month process, so make sure you give yourself time to do that. But Saddlebrook Properties is the one builder that is building semi-custom homes like that in Farragut. The other builder that's building in Farragut right now is Goodall Homes. I'll take you and show you one of their neighborhoods, but they don't do semi-custom the way that Saddlebrook does. So it's a really cool option that they offer. If you are thinking about purchasing a home here, we have a team that has experience working with Saddlebrook Properties, working with a ton of other builders. We understand the build process, and so we'd be happy to walk alongside you through that. We actually have, there's a neighborhood right across the street from here. We have a home for one of our clients being built right there, and we'd be happy to help you through that process as well. If you are thinking about making the move to Farragut and purchasing a home in Farragut, our real estate team has helped tons of people just like you relocate to Tennessee. That's all we do, is help people move from other states to Tennessee. And so if that's you and you would like us to partner with you and walk alongside you through that purchase process, you can scan the QR code here or click on the link in the description to book a Zoom call with us, or simply text us at the number on the screen here. But especially if you're looking for a new construction home, you need a real estate team that understands the new construction process. We've worked with tons of builders, including Saddlebrook Properties, who builds this neighborhood here. And you really need a team that understands that process and can walk along through it with you. When you're choosing different selections, choosing your lot, of course, their team is going to be helping you through that, but you need somebody that is representing you specifically to make sure that you are being protected throughout the transaction as well. So feel free to book a call with us. Even if you just have questions, if you're not sure, feel free to book a call and we're happy to answer any questions that you have. This is another neighborhood built by Saddlebrook Properties. These homes in here are a little bit smaller, starting around 2,500 square feet, and the prices start in the 700,000s. So just another option, just with a little bit smaller homes compared to the previous neighborhood we were just in. Same process. If you are more in a hurry, you can find homes that are almost ready to move into, or you can purchase one of these lots, choose your floor plan, and customize it the way you want. Very similar to that other neighborhood, just a little bit smaller floor plans and a little bit lower on the price. If you are looking for a single-story home, most of these do have a bonus room, but you can get more just one-level living in these floor plans. So if that's more of what you're looking for, this neighborhood is probably a better option. Now, one of the downsides to the new neighborhoods in Farragut and really most of Tennessee is that the lot sizes are pretty small and they don't have really very many mature trees. So Farragut, like we've already said, is actually better than a lot of East Tennessee as far as requiring some trees and landscaping to be in place in the communities. But compared to some of the older communities, there is really no comparison. So if you want a larger lot with tons of really big mature trees, you're kind of going to have to go with a resale home. And just to give you an idea, this neighborhood is called Sugarwood, but there are other neighborhoods throughout Farragut that are similar to this. But if you want that big lot with these huge trees like you see throughout this neighborhood, then what you're looking at is a neighborhood like this with a home built usually back around the 90s or even before that. And some of these homes have been updated, so they have all the modern updates, but a lot of them have not been updated. So you kind of have that mix of updated versus kind of outdated homes. But if you're okay with moving in to an older home, maybe doing some updates yourself and kind of making it what you want it to be, you can get a super nice lot in a beautiful neighborhood. They're honestly kind of nicer looking neighborhoods than some of the new ones, just because they do have these large old oak trees. They have really nice landscaping in place, and most of them still have the same amenities with a community pool. So basically the trade-off is you're maybe going to have to do some updates, but the benefit is you get that nice large lot with the beautiful mature trees and mature landscaping. So you've seen what you can get from Saddlebrook Properties or from Goodall Homes or for a resale. But if you want a custom home, there are some neighborhoods that have lots for sale still, where you can hire a builder build your own floor plan, literally whatever you want, make it whatever you want. Bridgemore is one of those neighborhoods you can buy a lot. There are a couple of other areas where you can buy a lot and build your own property. There are also, of course, homes for sale in here. These lots in here are nice large lots. A lot of these homes are anywhere from 4,000 up to 10,000 square feet. So if you're looking for really a larger custom home, there are several for sale in here right now. Or if you're wanting to build your own home, you can purchase one of the lots in here. Really, if you want something other than the Saddlebrook properties or the Goodall Homes, building custom is going to be your only option in Farragut, because those are the only other two builders. So that's a great option if you're wanting something more customized, wanting a little bit of a larger lot. So you've already seen, if you live in Farragut, you have access to the marina really close by if you want to have a boat, but there are a few neighborhoods that sit right on the lake that are actually technically not in the city of Farragut, but all still zoned for Farragut schools and right on the corner of Farragut. So you're still kind of convenient to everything that you would be if you lived in Farragut. But these are the neighborhoods that all sit right along through here. And obviously the homes that sit along the lake, you're going to pay a premium for. Usually just to get the property on the lake around the Knoxville area is at least $500,000 just for the land itself. So you can imagine, you tack that price on to the value of the home. But that's what you can actually get here in Farragut. You can literally be on Fort Loudon Lake and still 10 minutes away from Turkey Creek, the massive shopping area, all the conveniences, the schools, and everything. So if you want really the epitome of lake life, you can get right on the lake. Other than that, you have access to the marina as well, which is just going to be a short drive down the road. This neighborhood is called Ivy Farms. You're going to have homes in the 700,000 and 800,000s here, most of them 4 or 5 bedroom. This one right behind me here is currently listed for $850,000. It's a 4 bedroom, around 3,200 square feet. And so that's really what you get here. Most of these are around 3,000 square feet, 4 and 5 bedroom. But this is another example. Like I mentioned before, this greenway runs through all these new neighborhoods. So if you live here, you can hop on this greenway and you can go down to the neighborhood pool or hop on and connect through other areas. And that's one of the things that people really love about Farragut, is having all these greenways. But if you're looking for a new home under 800,000, 4 bedroom, this is going to be the neighborhood that offers those. And then anything really under about 750, you're going to have to go with an older resale home. Pretty much all of the new homes in Farragut start around that 700 to 750 mark. So this is one of the neighborhoods that actually has some of the least expensive new construction homes in the Farragut area. So hopefully this video has helped you really understand what Farragut, Tennessee is like. Our goal at Living in Tennessee is to make these videos to help you learn all about the different towns and cities and communities around Tennessee. Our real estate team helps people just like you every single day make the move to Tennessee. We understand what it's like to make a cross-country move, to move from one state to another, potentially to a state that you don't really know anything about. And so we make the videos to try to help you learn as much as you can about Tennessee, but our real estate team knows what it takes to help you make that cross-country move. So feel free to reach out to us, book a call at the link in the description below, or by scanning the QR code on the screen here, or you can simply text us at the number on the screen. We would love to connect with you. If you're ready to make the move, reach out, or even if you just have questions, we'd be happy to answer those questions. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.